हेलो गाइस, वेलकम टू माय चैनल। आज हम खेलेंगे एलन
I should take a
वेव
look at
2
that map.
on RTX 3060 Ti विद Ryzen 5 5600X। तो फ्रेंड्स ये देखिए क्या मस्त गेम है ये, एकदम तगड़ा गेम है भाई। सबका ग्राफिक एकदम बवाल। और फ्रेंड्स इस गेम में हमें इन्वेस्टिगेशन करनी है। एक प्लेयर था जिसको पता नहीं लोगों ने मारा, पता नहीं किस बंदरों ने मारा, पता नहीं जिसने मारा, पता नहीं लग पाया। इस चीज़ को पता लगाना हमें इस गेम में। क्या कह रहा है, मैप खोलना है। गोल 2, get to the crime scene, find the deputies। क्राइम स्किन कहाँ है भाई? हम्म। एक मिनट, मैं लैपटॉप में भी गेम खेल रहा हूँ यार। मैं एक साथ दो गेम खेल रहा हूँ, उसको बंद करे तो लैपटॉप वाला सेव होगा, वो बंद करूँ। लैपटॉप में असासिन क्रीड खेल रहा हूँ यार मैं। स्ट्रीमिंग बेकार हो जाएगी। एक मिनट। लैपटॉप हीट होने लग गया था, तो हम चलते हैं। देखते हैं हमें कहाँ पर जाना है।
The Federal Bureau of Control? That's a new one. Toxic volcanic gas, huh?
The FBC is an obscure
टॉक्सिक
branch.
वोल्केनिक
Only
गैस।
shows up for unusual
यहाँ चलो भाई, यहाँ
cases.
क्या देखो।
Well, what's so unusual about volcanic gas?
कुछ नहीं है। ग्राफिक्स थोड़ा बेकार लग रहा है, ऐसे ग्राफिक्स सही करने पड़ेंगे। फुल स्क्रीन रेंडर क्वालिटी।
Beats me.
ये क्या चीज़ है, कैसे पड़ेगा ये? एलटी से दूँ? मैं पढ़ तो रहा नहीं, कैसे पड़ेगा ये? अच्छा, पढ़ तो रहा, इतना सही था वो। मैं कह रहा पढ़ के नहीं रहा इसे। इतना कुछ नहीं है। दोबारा वहीं पर आ गया रे तो। यहाँ तो जाना नहीं है।
Hey, over here.
वही
Hey there.
कैसे बोल रहा है?
Agent Casey, right? Sheriff Breaker said you'd be coming by to take over the case.
You're half right. Anderson?
Saga Anderson. I'll be leading this case. Seems you already know my partner, Alex Casey.
Shoot. Sorry about that, ma'am. I'm Deputy Mulligan.
I'm Deputy Mulligan.
I just figured that, you know, that, federal agents right here, Thornton. My partner, Thornton, down at the crime scene. He's not what you call the sharpest axe in the shed.
Right here? What do you mean?
I could use a briefing. Any witness to the crime? I could use a briefing.
What can you tell us about the crime scene?
Tell me about the heart.
I was getting to that, Thornton. Well, we reckon there are some organs that are currently outside the victim's person when they should be, well, you know, inside.
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah.
मैं
couple
लैपटॉप में गेम खेलने
out-of-towners.
गया था यार.
I wonder what they were doing sneaking around the woods at night.
Mention the city folk. It's pretty suspicious.
बैठ यार. Let's take a look at the body.
I want to see the body. How do we get there?
Oh, sure, that's real simple. Just through the hole in the fence, down the hill towards the lake, around the old convenience store. You can't miss it. Everything.
Before we get to the crime
Go
scene,
to the
there's
crime
time to
scene
review the facts of the
immediately.
case so
Phones at the
far.
general store.
Make sure I'm seeing the clues clearly.
You can access the case board inside the mind place.
The Mind Place. My version of the Mind Palace technique. To sift through clues and work the case. Building the Mind Place again for each case.
इसके mind place में आ गए, इसके
Using
mind में
each
आ गए.
field office as a model in my head. The facts are on the board. Everything we know about the previous murders. Worth taking another look.
चलते हैं, ये पता नहीं क्या है.
I see you're already hard at work, Anderson. Close to cracking it?
We're just getting started. Let's head down the hill to the crime scene.
Anderson.
Hey, Casey. You putting me in charge. Why now?
Look, Anderson, you're a better detective than I am. You've cracked cases that had the rest of us baffled.
वो मॉस्को में स्टेज अच्छी लग रही है काफी दिखने
Are
में.
you thinking of retiring? You know what happens to cops who say this is their last case.
Real funny, Anderson.
जनरल स्टोर पे हमें खुद ही लेके जाएगा लग रहा है ये. हाँ, खुद ही लेके जा रहा है जनरल स्टोर पे. यहाँ पर जाना है हमें. जनरल स्टोर पे. चल भाई जल्दी चल.
Stairs are out. You okay to jump down?
I'm not that old.
कह रहा हूँ बूढ़ा आदमी नहीं हूँ जो मैं कूद नहीं पाऊंगा. मैं कूद गया.
Fucking nature. Gives me a headache. There's too much sky.
यहाँ कौन जगह भाई? अच्छा वहाँ पर कुछ है। अच्छा ये तो घूम घाम कर वहीं पर आ जाएगा फिर। चलो भाई मेले रुक गए।
Not a bad place to get murdered.
If getting back to nature is your thing.
Damn. Should have brought an umbrella.
I like the rain. The only thing around here that feels like home.
You think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
If they did, next coffee's on me.
मैं भाग के चलना, भाग के नहीं रही है। भाई सबका ग्राफिक लग रहा है गेम के तगड़े, यहाँ पर लग रहे तगड़े ग्राफिक। ये आ गया कॉलरॉन लेक।
Deputy Thornton.
मुहला
take it.
घिस रहा है।
That's me, at your service, ready to get this case solved.
और केस
Now
सॉल्व
the
करने में
body's
हेल्प
behind the
करेगा।
store. Come on, I'll show
कॉड
you.
ने है, इसका नाम कॉड ले।
So, FBI, huh? That's so cool. Hunting down
FBI
psycho
investigation
serial
का नाम है।
killers and shootouts with the mob.
You forgot the UFO cover-ups.
What? Those are real? You guys hiring?
Let's just see this body, shall we?
Now this is the scene of the crime. We found him on the table. Now he didn't touch nothing, you know, procedures and
इस
stuff.
आदमी को मार दिया है।
Thanks, Deputy.
No tarp.
2 3
You owe me a coffee.
Okay,
4।
let's start by examining our guest of
यहाँ
honor.
पर ये सबूत
this
पड़े हैं,
fit the
क्लू
MO
पड़े
of
हुए हैं।
the
1
previous
2 3
murders?
4 क्लूज पड़े हुए हैं, इनको हमें एनालिसिस करना है।
Step 1. Examine the corpse. Body is positioned on the table. Ritualistic.
You unlocked your first key image. You can place it on the case board inside the mind place. Up allows Saga to see active clues. Key image can be selected with A and placed on the case board. Up allows Saga to see active clues. The key image can be selected with A and placed on the case board. The clue क्या क्या है? Cauldron Lake murder scene.
Another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Coincidence?
Placing a key image on the case board being a new line of investigation. Another body has been found in the woods near Bitfall's. Perfect timing. Need to see if this is linked to the killing. We are here to investigation. Objective or viewable at the case point in your goals. Investigation the crime scene. You are now free. Examine the case board or leave B to complete the objective. Find evidence consistent with previous murder. Corn Lake murder. Investigation the case. क्या है यहाँ पर?
I'll be back in a second.
Roger.
ब्राइटनेस बढ़ाऊँ, गेम की ब्राइटनेस बहुत कम है। ब्राइटनेस कहाँ है यार इसकी? ये रहा। मैं भाग के चलना, भाग के तुम चल ली।
Hello, this is Agent Anderson and Agent Casey, FBI. We'd like to come in and ask a few questions pertaining to an investigation.
किसी ने बोला नहीं?
Nice talking to you, too.
कोई बोल तो रहा है, कोई नहीं बोल रहा। कोई नहीं बोल रहा। बैठ। आवाज क्लियर आ रही फ्रेंड्स? बताओ मुझे। जाना कहाँ पर है यार ये? ये बात कर रहे हैं आपस में।
Anderson. Hey, let's get back to work over here, can we?
वो कह रहे हैं कि यहाँ के काम करो चुपचाप एंडरसन। इसके अंदर जाकर देखना पड़ेगा क्या है क्या नहीं। You can collect clues from the body to progress the investigation.
The killer left the heart right next to the body. Bruising on the wrist from the cargo straps holding him down. Incised stab wound. Chest cut open. Heart removed. क्या कह रहे हैं? सही से लग नहीं पा रहा क्या ये? Doesn't look right.
इसको कहीं और लगाना, यहाँ नहीं लगाना। चाव लगा शायद।
Heart removed from chest, strapped by the wrists. Definitely matches the previous murders. But this time the heart and the straps were left behind. More clues to work with. This makes 4 murders that we know about.
The killer, the victim. Investigation of the crime, learn more about the victim, learn more about the killer. वो कहाँ गए जो हमने केस ढूंढा अभी? ये ना
Who is our victim? Who killed him? Need to find more clues. Large amount of blood on the table. The victim died here.
Okay.
Multiple people were here. Multiple killers?
और क्या क्या है? कुछ मिला तो है.
Boot prints indicating multiple killers. Quite the party. Did they plan for the murder to happen here?
देख क्लू दो क्या क्या है.
Someone left in a hurry.
और
Knocked the
क्या है?
tripod over. Was it for a
और
camera?
कहाँ गया?
Someone was drinking beer.
बियर पी
spent
रहा
time
था
here.
यहाँ
Waiting.
पे. कोई बियर पी रहा था ही कह रही है. और को दिखा रहा है इन्वेस्टिगेशन करने के लिए. ये कुछ कह रहा है साला.
Any idea who the victim is?
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. Now, I haven't heard a word about him since. Well, until now.
Nightingale. Robert Nightingale?
Oh, yes. You probably knew him.
और
Brothers
चाहो
in
तो फिर यहीं पर
arms.
राजा रिपील है. ये देखो.
And sisters.
उसने बोल दिया इसलिए कहीं जा रही है. Clues can be discovered by the speaking to people as well as by examining your surrounding.
So you knew our victim.
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico.
Current state.
Worked any cases together. After his partner got killed in the field, he went off the deep end. Got the boot pretty quick after that.
Icons on the bottom left corner indicates that critical content is available in the mind place. कहाँ गया वो?
Keep trying.
कहाँ लगाना है? कौन आएगा पहले?
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. Now, I haven't heard a word about him since. Well, until now.
Robert Nightingale, ex-FBI, came to Bright Falls 13 years ago. They planned for the murder to happen here, passing the time with equipment ready. They were waiting for him. But why Nightingale? He's been missing for 13 years.
बैठ यार.
Why here?
The victim came from.
Profiling. Get into the subject's head.
मस्की
See
में.
what they saw. Feel what they felt.
गाइस टीम देखो
Use
यार
whatever I
सारे.
know about them to guide my
Steam क्यों नहीं
intuition
देख रहा
toward
कोई?
revelation. Piece it together.
लाइक करो फटाफट से स्ट्रीम को. ये कौन चाहिए था वो बंदा इसको मार रहा है.
Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. How did he end up here?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. He You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake before his
सोच
murder.
रही हो कुछ?
Nightingale was chosen as the victim. Why?
Like the switch, it goes click. Lights are off. But somebody's home. Somebody's home.
This wasn't some random act of violence. This was a ritual. And Nightingale a component.
सोच रही
They
है
didn't see him as a person. More like a container for something.
night angle.
Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. How did he end up here?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake before his murder. Nightingale was chosen as the victim. Why?
Like the switch, it goes click.
Nightingale was chosen as the victim. Why? Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. How did he end up here?
Up from the lake.
एक चीज बोल रहा बार बार फाइल वन
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too.
I can feel that Nightingale came from the lake, but why now after 13 years where he's been? क्या दिखाता रहता है ये?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Check the lake source.
The lake is connected to Nightingale somehow. Casey, let's take a look down by the lake. Lead the way.
Sounds good. This way, right?
Right.
Well, okay. Well, I'll just wait here.
This one of your hunches, Anderson? Did something happen at the lake?
I think Nightingale came up from that direction. From the lake. Probably looking for shelter. Safety. They were waiting for him.
When you're ready, I'd love to hear what you put together so far.
Sure.
वैसे जाना
It's
है
not that complicated.
वो तेरी मौत में क्या
Nightingale was out in the woods alone at night, possibly nude. The killers knew he was here, ambushed him, dragged him to the campgrounds, strapped him to the table, cut his heart out. But then they were interrupted by those witnesses, the Bookers. Tracks. Barefoot. Nightingales? They come out from under the boulder.
Nightingales.
Makes no sense. I didn't know trees.
There's a piece of paper on the ground. A page full of text on one side. Not a printout. Written with a typewriter. Old school. Lines scratched out and edits added with a pen.
Like a manuscript. Page of a story. Killer left a message.
It's for us. The text is about us. The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale. And then there was the page they found. first step down into terrifying depths.
इनको पेड़ मिला.
Reading the words.
These words felt like a message.
Felt like a message.
Someone knew they were here. Someone playing a game with them. An invitation. How could they not accept, even if they knew it would end up hurting them?
Someone's been watching us.
Nightingale.
Playing a sick game with us.
You were right.
Investigation का काम
This
इसका.
is right up my alley. Nightingale came this way. Either he dropped this page, or the killers left it for us. I should profile Nightingale about this page. I think he came from the lake. But his tracks make no sense.
The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale, gone missing here 13 years ago. Now he had suddenly turned up, only to be murdered in a brutal ritual on the very day of their arrival. And then there was the page. This page, the first page that they had found, not the last. The first step down into terrifying depths. Secret truths trembling beyond the threshold. Reading the words, these words, felt like a message. Was a message. Someone knew they were here. What they were doing. Someone playing a game with them. Leading them on. An invitation. How could they not accept? The sheer audacity of this impossible mystery presented to them. Even if they knew it would end up hurting them.
उल्लू है उल्लू. क्या दिखा रहे हैं?
We found a page in the
page.
woods. A story about these events. What is Nightingale's role in this?
Nightingale का role क्या है? I carry his role to pretty much just now.
Inside, the awful truth. You must dig it out.
You must dig
Something was
it
put
out.
inside him. In his chest. I must find out what.
The victim was one of their own.
अबे
FBI
यार ये
Special
दोबारा
Agent
वो
Robert
चल गया.
Nightingale.
क्या कह रहा है ये? एक और फोटो आ गई. पूरा इतना लंबा वो बना दिया है.
Close to my chest.
Casey, I think something's been put inside Nightingale's body. Let's tell the deputies to get the body to the town morgue.
Okay.
ये बॉडी में कुछ अलग खाई कह रही है. Nightingale. Nightingale.
Hey, you made it back. Good. I hope you didn't get stuck in any of those big puddles. Crazy flooding down there, huh? Just like I said.
Deputy, I want the body taken back to town for a proper examination ASAP.
Well, sure. But the coroner won't be back in town for another week after Deerfest.
Not a problem. I'll do it myself.
Oh, and Sheriff Breaker called to say he's got the bookers at the Oh Dear Diner in town. Oh, and I've got a key to the gate. It's a shortcut back to the parking lot just up the hill.
लेकिन मैं चाबी पड़ी हुई है वहाँ की गेट की. साला अभी तेरे दिदेश हम चाबी ढूंढने तेरे पास पड़ी तो बता नहीं रहे हैं.
Thanks. Let's get the car. Drive to Bright Falls and talk to
Let's
these
get the car,
witnesses.
grab the
The bookers.
Red Falls and
The diner.
अबे गाड़ी चला गया वाला
I
मजा.
could use a cup of coffee.
Let's try that shortcut the deputy mentioned.
Sounds good.
कहाँ जाना अब? जाना कहाँ पर है? यहाँ जाना है क्या? वहीं जाना लग रहा है। क्या लिखा हुआ है? Secure out the what happened. Secure out what happened to Night Angel. Take the car back to Brightfall. कार कहाँ पर यार? कार का जाना पड़ेगा दोबारा से। कहाँ थी कार? कार यहीं पर थी हमारी। कार तो बहुत दूर निकल गई यार। कार कहाँ से चलाएगी ये? सही जा रहे हैं हम।
Whoever wrote that page, a witch with no heart. A strange echo of Al murder.
अरे यार ये वहाँ पर जाना है जहाँ पर गेट बंद है, चाबी के पास। जहाँ पर गेट बनता है वहाँ पर जाना है। अंकल जहाँ पे आ गया।
Can't go any further. Water's too deep.
यार कहाँ कहाँ पर जाना है? इस घर में जाकर देखते हैं क्या। साल में डर गया अचानक से पुलिस ने गेट तो। कैसा कर रहा है गेट ये? कुछ नहीं यहाँ पर तो।
Is that a kid's lunchbox? An Alex Casey movie lunchbox. Casey hates the endless jokes about coincidentally having the same name as a fake detective. He hates those cheesy comic books, but he really hates the movies.
यार जाना कहाँ पर है? Figure out what happened to Nightingale. Take the car back to Brightall. कार तो यहाँ पर, अब यहाँ जाना पड़ेगा पार्किंग में। चलो वो दोबारा कार के पास। I lived the witch cauldron lake, beware her spirit May still hot this place. यार अब दोबारा जाना कार के पास, जाना कार के पास, चलिए चलो.
Hey, Casey. What's the Forest's favorite shape?
Please, Anderson. Just one case without the
A triangle.
कार के पास जा रहा हूँ मैं
See
तो.
you still in one piece, Anderson. Forest can be a
मुझे
dangerous
चाबी मेरे को
place.
मिल गई थी ना.
Seems like a nice town so far. Murders aside. Pretty woods. Cute lodge we got set up in. We should go for a hike if we get a
कहाँ जा
chance.
रही हो ऊपर ऊपर?
Now you're just being mean, Anderson.
Deputies aren't exactly up to the task, but hopefully the sheriff will be more helpful.
Not a surprise about the deputies. I doubt they see much of this person.
A lunchbox again. Who's leaving these out here?
फिर जो लंच बॉक्स में मिल रहा है उससे ये गन अपडेट कर पाएगी. तुम आए अब यहाँ जाना है. क्या टाइम हो गया यार.
Can't fit the
So much
clues
image
all
code.
together yet. Heart removed, tripod, tracks leading to a dead end.
Tripod for a camera?
I want to walk around for a minute.
You know where to find me.
इसकी चाबी इसके पास. सब जगह चाबी इसके पास तो. अब आ गई पार्किंग के पास. अब गाड़ी चलाएगी.
Let's drive back to town and meet the sheriff at the diner.
गाड़ी चलाने का ऑप्शन तो आ नहीं रहा है.
I can't get that manuscript page out of my head. I've never seen killers reach out so directly before.
Damn impressive work so far. With your technique, these hunches were moving fast.
I wasn't sure about taking a case so far from home, but I'm thrilled to be here for this mystery. Need to swing by the lodge to get
मेरा
anything
सब्सक्राइब
from
कर
the
दो
field
चैनल
office?
जो भी देख रहे हो.
I'll park there anyway. I want to walk to the diner, get a feel for the
गाड़ी
town.
चलाने का तो दिखा नहीं रहा इसमें. लेकिन गेम बड़ा तगड़ा है ये.
The diner's just up the waterfront. Shouldn't keep the sheriff and our witnesses waiting.
I smell
भाई
coffee.
सबका गेम लग रहा तगड़ा सा.
Just how much coffee have you had today, Charlie? Don't know,
ये
don't
ट्रेन
care.
ये कर रहे हैं साले. इनको मारो क्या?
How much have you had? Not enough.
ये बेस्ट.
Oh dear. You.
ya.
Let me guess.
Oh, जाना इसमें अब
FBI. Welcome to Bright Falls. It's nice to have you here. I got you both some coffee. Oh, it's Washington's finest.
बैठना.
Nice to meet you, Sheriff. I'm set for coffee.
You know, I wouldn't say no to another.
I'm Agent Saga Anderson. This is Agent Alex Casey.
Tim Breaker. And let me just say, I'm happy you two are here. Frankly, we could use the help.
Your deputies said you had a couple of witnesses here.
They made them sound like suspects.
Mulligan and Thornton are still on about that?
Morgan Thorne.
No. Bookers don't strike me as the murdering type, but you can decide for yourselves. They're just inside having coffee and pie to calm their nerves.
I'll see what they have to say. Casey, you compare notes with the sheriff.
Take your time.
Take your time.
Look through the case files you sent over, Sheriff. Have you had many people
तो कोई रेस्टोरेंट है.
victims go missing?
Sure. But it's slowed down ever since Colorado.
रेस्टोरेंट में क्या छानबीन करेगी?
Yes. Missing person cases
यहाँ से.
spiked around 2010. The fence was
मैं अपने कॉलेज के अंदर अब खोल तो रहा है. अब कहाँ गए प्लेयर? Interview the witness at the dinner. Witness at dinner पे हमें investigation करनी है. Interview लेना है witness at dinner पे.
I'm gonna go check something out. Be right back.
Got it.
Who else to keep this city clean?
Interview at the dinner कहाँ पर है?
I don't envy the guy stuck on desk duty. This is where the action is.
Careful crossing the road.
Come on, Saga. Time to get back to work.
Tapper's weather report. यहाँ कुछ है.
That concludes our debate on whether pets should be allowed at this year's bake sale. For those of you just tuning
बंद पड़ा गेट. भाई साहब क्या मस्त जगह है तगड़ी सी. बड़े मस्त काफी लग रहे हैं इस गेम के. ओ भाई साहब पता ही बवाल. पानी देखिए फ्रेंड्स क्या मस्त लग रहा है नीचे. ये देखिए फ्रेंड्स रोड पे पानी गिरा हुआ क्या अच्छा लग रहा है. जाना कहाँ यार समझ नहीं आ रहा.
Welcome back, Anderson.
ये
Go
कॉफी
ahead,
पीने लग
Anderson.
गया यहाँ पर.
We'll be here.
क्या करना है यहाँ पर छानबीन समझ नहीं आ रहा मेरे को. अच्छा यहाँ भी जगह इसके अंदर. चलो पहले एक तो क्या मैप है. ब्राइट फॉल का मैप मिल गया. भाई हम यहाँ पर हैं.
I need something to force this open.
यहाँ पर तो कुछ है नहीं बाथरूम में.
I need a tool to get this open.
इस वाला तो जाकर देखता हूँ क्या है। बैक गेट बंद कर दिया इसने, गेट तो खोल कुछ मिला नहीं, कोई ढूंढना है यहाँ पे।
Hey there, Mr. Deer. You remind me of a dream I had.
मिस्टर डियर, मिस्टर डियर। यार बहुत टाइम हो गया, नहीं मिल रहा टॉय गेम। कल खेलता हूँ, बहुत टाइम हो गया यार। ओके फ्रेंड्स, बाय। कल खेलते हैं गेम, फिर यहीं से कंटिन्यू करेंगे कल गेम। ओके।